¿Cómo están? Yeah, es jueves. Plugging along, right? Muy bien, muy bien. Let's see. Most of you are doing a good job of starting out your 9 weeks like you need to. You should have turned in your vocab by now. You should have turned in your crossword by now. And there was a little practice on preterite, el pretérito, that we'll pick up again today. So make sure you're staying on top of your stuff and just double check your grades are there. I haven't transferred it all to Skyward, but you should see it in Canvas at least. And I don't know if there's a comment like, oh, I didn't get some of it or some of it came out blank, like make sure you fix that. All right. So stay on top of that stuff. All right. So, vamos a empezar con el vocabulario. Camping is what we're talking about. So, por favor, vamos a empezar in current lesson. Número uno is Quizlet. So, how about if I give you 5-ish minutes to kind of get yourself warmed up? I like to look for cognates first and then start in on whatever 5 or 10 words I want to work on. Please do not just flip, because nothing's going to stick. All right, so pick your 5 or 10 to work on. Perhaps start with the ones that you worked on the other day, see if you remember those, and then kind of add to them. So I will set my timer for 5 minutos, and please make sure you use your time wisely. So don't waste it. Give it to you, use it, use it. You should all be on Quizlet. Don't waste your time. Hey, you're flipping through the flashcards. Yes, you are on Quizlet, looking at vocab. All right, I started your timer, so get to it. We'll reconvene in 5. Ok, necesitan terminar con el vocabulario y vamos a continuar juntos, together. So wrap up where you're at and maybe keep your vocab list handy. That would be a good idea. Y vamos a continuar juntos. So we're going to do something together, kind of looking at your vocab again. So, like I said, keep it all handy. Okay. So if you're looking at my screen, that's where we are all together here. Vocabulario en contexto. So obviously we're talking about camping. We're talking about things you can do on a camping trip and el equipo, right? Your equipment that you might need for your camping trip. So let's take a look at what we have here as they kind of introduce it. And here's what I want you to do, okay? I never expect you to understand every single word, okay? That's not a requirement. I want you to get the main idea. And I want you to pay particular attention to the blue words, las palabras azules, right? Those are your vocab words. A lot of cognates.
Binoculares.
Okay, you should be able to recognize. And then if you can't recognize something, some of them will come up in this picture. And also, I told you to keep your vocab list out, all right? But again,
El repelente de insectos.
a few of these for sure you should be able to recognize, all right? So please follow along, do the best you can, and I will be taking some volunteers afterwards to give me main ideas and also to identify some of these vocab words, all right? Here we go. Please follow along.
Camping. Ir de camping es una buena manera de explorar la naturaleza. Sin embargo, antes de ir al bosque, valle o desierto, es necesario tener el equipo apropiado. En la actualidad, la tecnología ofrece opciones increíbles. Cuando vas de camping, puedes llevar una linterna con radio y un cargador para tu teléfono, una tableta con brújula, termómetro y GPS o unos binoculares con grabadora. Así puedes grabar un video de todo lo que ves. El repelente de insectos, la linterna, el bosque, los binoculares, la brújula, el valle, El desierto, la tienda de acampar, el saco de dormir.
Todos los años, miles de personas van de
I'm going to stop there for a minute. All right. So let's see what we've got so far. All right. Vamos a empezar aquí. So you can reread this. Okay. You heard it. Couple words, obviously, that we're highlighting.
La naturaleza, bosque, valle, desierto.
Okay. So I want to know main ideas here. Okay. Do not need any kind of word by word translating. I want to know main ideas, things that you can pick out. And you can start with some vocab words or just give me an idea. All right. So let's start us off. Go ahead, Anna.
It says when you go camping, it's necessary to bring the right equipment.
Okay, yeah. So let's see. They're talking about el equipo apropiado. You need the right equipment. So I will bring in some things next week. We're actually going camping this weekend, so I need them. But next week I'll bring in some of these things. So what are some things we need? Or I guess those are kind of down here. Actually, let me just stick with this sentence, this paragraph first. So what else are they talking about here? Give me some help with some of these vocab words.
I got one for the phrase.
Okay, go ahead, Tom.
When you go camping, a good way to explore is in nature.
Yeah, absolutely. So going camping is a good way to explore nature. And then somebody tell me about these three. Bosque, valle, desierto. What are we talking about? Kind of different lands. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
I was gonna say landscape, like it says valley and that desert. You're looking at Bosque, or I'll give you a hint. Bosque is down here. Can you tell what Bosque is? Oh, forest.
There it is, the forest. Gracias, Caleb. Okay, so we're talking about forests, valleys, deserts, all the different parts of nature. All right, so then we got a few vocab words here. La linterna kind of looks like a lantern, maybe. Flashlight, that's not too much of a stretch. El repelente.
El repelente de insectos.
Pretty easy, right?
Los binoculares.
Pretty easy. All right, here's a weird one. Look at this one. Doesn't look anything like what it is.
La brújula.
La brújula. Is a compass. If you can't tell what that picture is, a compass is good for telling you you're going in the right direction or not the right direction. So that's our word for compass. All right, we got valle, got desierto. All right, this is a funny word. La tienda de acampar. You hear the word acampar, which is to camp. Tienda is a store. It's not a camping store, really. I don't know. It's a tent. So that's kind of a false cognate there. You gotta be careful on that one. But la tienda de acampar is just how you say tent.
El saco de dormir.
A sack of sleep. Sleep sack. Sleeping bag. So those kind of go together nicely. All right, let's come down here. Somebody want to help me with this paragraph a little bit? You can reread it. I'll give you a second. Cuando vas de camping, puedes llevar una.
Linterna.
And we're talking about,
Brújula.
just showed you that.
Binoculares.
And it's kind of interesting what they add to it. But you can either give me the basics or give me the gist of what they're talking about. I'm looking at you. I had a lot of screens off, which is okay. But either turn your screen back on if you want to volunteer or just raise your little blue hand so I can tell you want to participate. All right, somebody give me something from that paragraph. What can you pick out? Kylan, go ahead.
Binoculars.
Yeah.
Binoculars.
Look,
Binoculares.
good. What else can you pick out? I should have so many hands up. That one's not hard. We already talked about it. That one's not hard. We already talked about it. Or you can translate something. Show me you're with me. Get a quick point. What do we got?
Flashlight.
Okay. Yeah. Flashlight. Good, Todd. Thanks. So linternas, flashlight. What are they talking about here? So it says, puedes llevar una linterna. Now, it's not just a plain old flashlight. Look at it. Con radio y un cargador para tu teléfono, una tabla, termómetro. What's going on here? These are not your average camping equipment. Michelle, help us out. What's going on here?
The first sentence says you can bring a flashlight with a radio and your phone charger.
Yeah, this is a fancy flashlight. This is not this flashlight. My husband actually has one of these. Like I said, I'll bring it in next week. So you can have your basic flashlight, or now you can have your fancy flashlight that has a radio on it. You can charge your phone on it. So what's this saying? What's this compass? What's this una tableta? Take a guess with a compass.
Tablet with
Go
a
ahead.
compass on it.
Yeah, sorry, Charlie, say that again.
Like a tablet with a compass on it.
Yeah, it's got a compass. And what do you think this is, Charlie?
Huh?
Can you guess what that word is? What else does it have on it? It has a compass and a thermometer, GPS, right? This is fancy, right? Okay, how about the binoculares? Anybody tell what that's going on? I've never heard of this. This sounds super fun. These are no regular binoculars. Con grabadora. Anybody know what that is? Puedes grabar un video de todo lo que ves. What is that?
Tape recorder, I think.
Yeah, it's like they like record things. So like you must be able to look through these fancy binoculars and you can record a video of what you're looking at. Never heard of such fanciness. All right, let me play the last part, just this little last part here, and then it goes through some of these pictures, and then I'll ask you to identify what's going on with them. Okay, so let me just back it up a smidge so I can.
Dormir.
Todos los años,
Here we go.
miles de personas van de camping a las sierras chilenas y lo pasan muy bien. Los paisajes son hermosos. Estas son unas fotos de una familia y sus maravillosas vacaciones.
Okay, here are the photos.
Al amanecer, mi familia y yo dimos un paseo a caballo.
Aquí,
Durante nuestro viaje, nos gustaba escalar rocas.
right here.
Al anochecer, las estrellas se veían muy claras y cercanas.
La naturaleza.
That's it. La naturaleza. Okay, so these are some photos, right, that they took. So, todos los años, miles de personas van de camping a las.
Las sierras.
Anybody know what las sierras are? Es otra palabra para las montañas. What's las montañas sound like? To give you a hint. Las
Mountains.
Yes, thanks, Anna. Yeah, mountains, right? And so here are some things you can do. Los paisajes must be a vocab word. What are those? Los paisajes.
Paisajes. Hermosos.
They're so pretty. What is it? It's a beautiful. Somebody look it up. Tell me. Quick point. Preferably if you haven't gone yet. You're looking at your vocab. You're raising your hand. It's so easy.
Beautiful.
Oh, Leah, go ahead.
Is it beautiful?
It's a beautiful, yes. You see the word paisaje? It's a beautiful. I think it must be a vocab word, right? It's blue.
Landscape.
Here it is. Thanks, Ariana. Yeah, like it's a beautiful view. It's a beautiful landscape. Basically, it's a beautiful view. Okay. So we got our beautiful view. All right, here's what they said here. Al amanecer,
Amanecer.
mi familia y yo
Dimos un paseo.
a caballo. What are they doing here? A caballo. Al amanecer, dimos un paseo a caballo. Use the picture to help you. You got this. If you haven't gone yet, get your hand up. Get your hand up. My choice. All right.
At dawn.
Oh, at dawn. Okay, Toss saved you on that one. I'm coming for people who haven't said anything yet. At dawn. Hey, what are they doing? Let's look at the picture. What are they doing? Jasmine, what are they doing? Lauren, what are they doing?
Her and her family are going on horses.
Yeah, they're going on a horseback ride. Okay, gracias. All right, let's look at the next one. It says, durante nuestro viaje nos gustaba escalar rocas. Escalar rocas. Use your big brain. You got this. Charles.
They climb rocks.
Yeah, they're rock climbing. All right. Y al anochecer.
Al anochecer.
Las estrellas se vean muy claras. Las estrellas aquí. What are we talking about? What are we talking about up here? All right, go ahead, Lauren. I'll let you do another one.
At night, there's like a lot of stars in the sky.
Yeah, and specifically, somebody want to give me this word? I think it's at the end of your vocab list. What's anochecer? Noche is night. You're on the right track. Alyssa, what is it?
At dusk.
Yeah, like dusk, right? When the stars start coming out. Good. All right. Well, there you go. Okay. So hopefully that's getting some of these words in your head. We're going to work on a lot of this vocab on Monday. Okay. In the meantime, we're going to jump back into el pretérito, and then ultimately we can talk about some trips that you have done. But for now, let's look at el pretérito. So I'm going to pull up your notes from yesterday. Somebody, while I'm getting those up, can you remind us what is el pretérito? Most of you did a good job on your practice yesterday. What is el pretérito? What is el pretérito? Oh, tough crowd. Lauren, I appreciate it, but rest for a second. You've just done 2 back-to-back. You're working so hard. All right, has this helped? Surely that helps. What is el pretérito? What am I talking about? What is el pretérito? Dariana, what's el pretérito?
Past tense?
Yeah, it's a form of the past tense. Okay, what's it say in green? Used when talking about a completed action. All right, for now, that just means something that's done. All right, I went somewhere, I saw something, I did something, I ate something, I talked to somebody, completed action. All right, so here's what you need to be feeling great about by tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow, because then we start on all the irregulars. So you have to make sure you know these endings. All right, just like you know your present tense, oh, as, amos, on, you have to know your past tense. Aste, oh, amos, aron. Aste, oh, amos, aron. Say it to yourself. Aste, oh, amos, aron. Do it again. Okay, things to note. Yo form and L form have accents. Okay, it's really important you get those on there. Look, if you say tomo and you don't say tomo with an accent, it looks like I drink. But with an accent, it means he drank. So that's why the accent is so important. You got to make sure you get it on there. All right. So accents on the yo form and the L form, I will be looking for those. Aste, o, amos, aron. All right. I and IR. Good news is they are the same, right? Iste, io, imos, ieron. Do them in your head. Iste, io, imos, ieron. Say them out loud. Iste, io, imos, ieron. All right. Good to recognize vosotros. That's comistes. But I will not quiz you over vosotros. I will quiz you over iste, io, imos, ieron. Accents on the yo form and the L form. Again, keep in mind it's always over the O. All right. I'm going to give you something to practice on here for a couple minutes using these endings. So if you need these endings, I'm going to take mine down. You pull up your notes, okay, from yesterday if you need them. Because I'm going to put these down so I can show you where I want you to go practice. All right, go to your current lesson, please. And you will see, I think it's number 3, numero 3, some studyspanish.com right here. Oh, I'm not, sorry, I wasn't sharing it. Basically, you're just going to go to that link and you're going to click on it and you're going to have some preterite to practice. You'll notice I said skip part C number 3. That's just a random different question that you don't know how to answer. So don't worry about that one. All right. So it should look like this. Choose the correct preterite tense conjugation. AR, ER, IR. Same thing. Preterite tense. You can do all these. Some of these are present tense. I wash versus I washed. Here's the one I said you can skip because it's actually the imperfect tense. So number 3, you're skipping, or just don't worry about it if you miss it. Then when you're done, go to the bottom, submit my answers. Then you send anyway, well, because I didn't answer them all. It says it'll ask you that. And then it'll show you what you got right and what you got wrong. You can review your answers if you missed something. Okay, I'm going to give you 5 minutes or so to work on that. It shouldn't take too much longer than that, so get to it. I guess I could reshare my endings if you, for some reason, don't have your notes handy. So I will share that. Otherwise, you're already starting to work on that activity, please. If you have a question about something, put it in the chat. Okay, if you need that, I'm sharing my notes. Okay, so again, necesitan papel, grab something, half piece of paper is fine. Or if you want to type, just open up a Word document. Okay, we ready? Okay, I would like you to try this without looking at your notes. Let's see if you can do a verb for me. So how about let's go with the verb bailar. Could you please try to conjugate the verb bailar in at least 5 of the 6 preterite tenses? So like yo, tú, él, nosotros. You can skip vosotros or write down vosotros. And ellos. All right, I'm gonna put on my board, and then you can check your answers here. Okay, like I said, I really want you to have these down by tomorrow, because tomorrow we're gonna start on irregulars, and then we have like a million irregulars to do. Okay, writing them down. I'm writing them down so you can check. All right, I think we got them. Somebody want to tell me what you have? Preferably someone who hasn't gone yet today. How about the first column? Tell me the yo, the L, and the yo, the to, the L form. Yo to L. How about somebody who hasn't gone yet? Kylan, rest for a second. Thank you, though. Luca, Jasmine, Jack F, Alejandro, Yasmin, Tony, Marlene. I think you're the only people that I have not heard from at all. Anybody want to do it?
How about Laron?
Uh-huh.
That one?
Okay. So can you
All
do,
right.
go ahead, keep going.
Balio.
Okay. Bailo.
Bailo, and then Bailamos.
Bailamos is good. Thank you, Tony. I'll put them up in just a
That's all I
second.
got for now.
Okay, well, that's a good. That's 3 out of 5. Somebody want to do the yo form and the to form for Tony? Help him out. How about Jack? Jack F. You there, Jack? Give me the yo form and the to form.
I don't really know the yo form, but I think the 2 forms Maliaste.
Good. Bailaste. Okay, we're getting there. How about Jack S? Can you give me the yo form?
Baile.
There it is. Phew. Okay, so before I put them up, A, aste, O, amos, aron. Say with me. A, aste, O, amos, aron. A, aste, O, amos, aron. How many accents should I have? How many accents? How many accents?
2.
Dos. Good. All right, here. Let me show you. You check. There they are. Okay. So you check. Correct as needed. And we're going to say them one more time. Repitan. Baile. Baile. Bailaste. Bailó. Bailamos. Bailastes. Bailaron. Bailaron. All right, again, A, aste, O, amos, aron. A, aste, O, amos, aron. You gotta get those. You gotta get them, you gotta get them. Accents on the yo form and the L form. Okay, if you didn't get those, cover them up right now and just write out the endings. You don't have to write out the whole word, just write out A, aste, O, amos, aron. Write it out 3 times. Write it out till you can do it without looking. That's what you gotta be able to do. Okay, it's not a big deal if you don't have it yet, but you gotta get it or you're gonna get behind. Okay. All right. As you might expect, I've got one more for you here. I want to do an ER and an IR one. All right. I'll pause for a second, though, if you're trying to write out those endings again. Like I said, if you got some of them, but not all of them, see if you can do it right now.
What was the word?
I didn't even give you a word. I just said write out the endings. All right. Check yourself. Hey, hace, oh, vamos, aro. All right, let's do an ERIR. So I'm going to go with, they're both the same. Let's do a good old comer. All right. So do the same thing. See if you can write down the 5 forms of comer. Ready, set, go. I'll put them on the board, then you can check them. Okay, about ready to check? All right, somebody want to try and tell me some?
Comey,
Good.
comiste, comio, comieron.
Just missing
Let
one.
me just finish it.
Sure, you're only missing one.
Comimos,
Perfecto.
comistes.
Yeah, good, 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 good. All right, so how many accents should I have again? Same as last time. Show me. Put it in the chat. Show me on your fingers. How many accents should I have?
2.
Good. All right, so here's what you should have. Check your work. Comí, comiste, comió, comimos, comistes, comieron. Y, iste, io, imos, ieron. Y, iste, io, imos, ieron. Accent on the first I, accent on the third one down on the O. Y, iste, io, imos, ieron. Same thing. I encourage you to cover them up and write it down again. If you didn't get it, write those endings down. Write them down a couple times. Make sure you got these. All right. So listen, you know what you need to do. I'm going to tell you right now, we'll start class off tomorrow by having you write down those same 2 verbs. So if you didn't do it today, make it your goal to be able to do it tomorrow. All right. It's not for points yet, but you need to be able to do those endings. Okay. All right. So listen, I'm going to wrap things up. You have one homework tonight. It is on vocab. So I want to remind you how to get there because we haven't done any textbook homework for a while. It's pretty straightforward as long as you have your vocab list with you. All right, so let's just get there together and then you can choose if you want to work on it for a few minutes now or you want to do it later tonight. But let's get there together right now because it's been a while. All right, so you need to go to your portal and I'll screen share so I can remind you what this all should look like. Okay, so your portal kind of looks like that, only not that many traces maybe. So you always click on Pearson to get you to your textbook right here, orange button, Pearson. Okay, then it looks like this, only you have probably one Spanish class, not all these Spanish classes. Over here on the right, you need to click on this Savvis Realize button right here. Okay, on the right, Savvis Realize. Then if you've never set this up for some reason, you pick your little background. I already picked my little froggy. Then you pick Let's Go. So most of you should come to this screen. You're going to click on the orangish red button in the middle. And you should probably even see my assignment right here. So you click on that guy and then it looks like this. So it should say Instant Check, Capítulo 1, Vocabulario en Contexto. All right, that is what I need you to do. We'll see of the 8 people that have done this last period, their average was a 97. No, sorry, yeah, 97. You need your average to be 70 or better to get full credit. Okay, so if your average is below 70, then I would suggest you just try it again and get your 70 so I can give you full credit. Okay, if you got there successfully, you know what you're doing. Let's call it a day. Hasta luego. Make sure you do your homework. If you need help with something, stick around. And I'll see you tomorrow.